What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 81 of the Bristol Rovers Career Mode series. And in this episode we are firstly going to be going into a game against Manchester United. But before we get into any of that, thank you guys for the support on the last episode and also on the straw poll link that I did put in the description below in the last episode. We managed to get something like 71 votes. And the straw poll will be on the screen now. I'll put a screenshot or something on there for a few seconds just so you can see all the results. It's very tight, I'll be honest with you, it's quite tight, but it looks like through majority vote, you guys do want to see an Inter Milan career mode. I'm still going to be carrying on this career mode, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to be doing all of that and everything, but what's going to be happening is I'm going to finish this season basically with Bristol Rovers. I'm going to cut it down into about 3 episodes, so there's about 4 games per episode. And then after that, I'm basically just going to start the Inter Milan career mode. If you guys do want to see that, then do let me know by leaving a like on the video. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, I have to admit. It's going to be something different. I've never done this before. I've never really gone abroad with my career modes, and when I have done, it's never really worked. But this is going to be a sort of mini-series thing just to break up the Bristol Rovers career mode series. So hopefully you guys do understand that for those of you that are fans of it. But I'm going to be basically just playing through a season. It's probably going to be about 10 episodes, so, you know, maybe a week or 2 long at the most. And then we'll see where we go from there, basically, because I know you guys do want variety on this channel. That's what I'm going to bring to you. A little break from this, because this can get very boring and repetitive. I really do understand. And that is exactly why I'm going to be bringing you a new career mode in the face of Inter Milan career mode. But hopefully you guys will enjoy that when that comes. If you can leave a like on the video, that would be much appreciated. But anyway, we're going into this and we're playing against Manchester United. What a game this turned out to be. Not many highlights, but when they did come around, by God, was it a game. In the 75th minute, we took the lead off of a corner. It was a rebound, actually. And then right here, Rooney had several chances on goal late on in the game. Right there, straight after we actually scored with John Taylor, I think it was, from outside the box. That was a fantastic goal that he scored there. I think it did take a slight deflection, but it's still a good goal nonetheless. You can see here, Rooney was having several attempts on goal. Right there, that was a really good chance, and I'm surprised he didn't score that. But it still wasn't over for Rooney. He had many chances later on in this game, and he was putting a lot of pressure on my defence. You can see there, I really just can't handle him, and it was Lainton coming out of his goal very cleverly there that made his shot look a little bit weak, really, and a little bit off target. But right here, biggest mistake of my life. I mean, we give up a penalty again. How many episodes in a row have we given up a penalty? I do not know. It's been a lot of episodes for sure, and we give another one up again. This time with Joe Widdowson taking down Wayne Rooney in the box. And of course, it's going to be none other than Robin Van Persie who steps up to take this penalty. Will he score or will he not? He's probably one of the best penalty takers in this game, in my opinion, along with Balotelli and maybe also Ricky Lambert. Can he score it? No, he can't. We actually managed to save it, and then he hits the woodwork on the rebound. I couldn't believe it. All he had to do was power that into the back of the net, and it would have been a goal. Instead, he finessed it onto the post, and we go on the counter-attack here, which meant it was pretty much the end of the game. But once again, it's John Taylor causing all the problems here, and as he has a shot there, it was just about blocked by Phil Jones, I believe that was. And as it goes out for a corner, it is pretty much game over for Man United. And we took a shock win here, actually, at Old Trafford. I wasn't expecting to win here, but we've lost to a lot of big teams this season. Chelsea being the most emphatic loss of the season. I think that was 4-1. Maybe that was in the last episode, I do believe. But we do win this game 1-0, and a nice clean sheet for Robert Lainton. Well deserved. He was by far the man of the match, and then probably it was John Taylor who was the next best player in this match, and I do believe that John Taylor was playing very well in that match, and he did deserve to get a goal in it for sure. But he is just unstoppable on this game. I think it's just his pace and his agility and the way he gets off his mark and the runs that he makes as well. It's quite surprising. I wasn't expecting him to be the best signing so far, but it looks like he is. I mean, Ryan Brunt technically isn't a signing, so you really can't count him in. He's been at the club since the beginning, really. He's a Bristol Rovers player. He's been there since the start, so you can't really count him as a signing. I'd say that John Taylor is probably the second best signing, once again, behind Lainton. But you can see here that Jack Baldwin is off to Burnley for 340,000. not too much of a bother because he has got a glitching potential and we did end up selling him. So that's fine. I don't mind that he's actually gone to Burnley. And instead, for a replacement, I'm going to be getting this guy, Reece Bennett. I didn't actually mean to get this guy because let me explain what I did. I went on to FootWiz and looked at the potential of this guy and he has 77 potential. And I thought, well, maybe I should get this guy and he'll be maybe 74 to 75 rated, you know, at the least, because he's 25 years old. He's probably hit his full potential. But then when I went on to FIFA after recording this and I had a little look and he's completely dropped off. He's 66 potential now. So it's a bit of a mistake signing, but we did end up signing him after the transfer offer was accepted from Rochdale for him. And we also signed Callum Wilson. The reason I went in for another striker is because James Poole just isn't good enough. He's just not good enough. I don't know what it is, but he just isn't. And yeah, I decided to go in for him because Callum Wilson is a really solid player, and in return they're going to get Rio Nagai on loan. Coventry City are, and another mistake signing there really. Rio Nagai, he's got 75 potential. I don't know what his potential is now. It's obviously a little bit lower because I started this series in December, and that must have been when his potential had completely dropped off, a bit similar to Reece Bennett. So 2 mistake signings. That's not going to happen again. I'm going to double check next time when I am scouting these players. And right here you can see we've got a few players that we could sign. We've got Josh Murphy here. We've got an option to buy him, but I think in the end I decided to go with Callum Wilson. And the reason I did is because he's 24 years old. He's about to turn 25, but he's 24 years old. He's very young, and look at these stats. He's just brilliant. He's from Coventry City, only on £7,000 a week, and he's got some fantastic stats, really good standout stats there, being his 78 finishing, I do believe that is, or maybe it's 76. I can't actually, I'm blind, I can't see. But anyway, he looks like a really good solid striker, and hopefully he'll do the business better than James Poole did, because he was certainly a shocking signing for us, and he didn't really get that many goals whatsoever. And I also signed Reece Bennett here. I'm going to be selling him next season because that was a mistake in buying him. I really shouldn't have done that. I should have got a free agent instead of him because I knew that he would have been better. But to be honest with you, I don't like signing free agents as much. I like signing real life players who have faces. But anyway, you can see him there, 63 overall. Big mistake, but anyway, we have signed him. It's happened. It's over. We'll just sell him next season, hopefully make a bit of profit. But we did let go Tom Lockyer, so it did kind of counter that really, because Tom Lockyer wasn't that very good, and he will be departing Bristol Rovers for Rochdale. But that's a decent signing, I guess you could say. And then we go into the next match in this episode, and it is going to be against Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup. This is a match that I really did want to win, because the FA Cup, I don't care about the Capital One Cup. I don't care about any other cups whatsoever that we happen to be in. Well, there's only 2, and it's going to be the Capital One Cup and FA Cup. But look at this here. How has that just happened? I do not know. A goalkeeping error from Robert Lainton, and in the end, I don't know what happened. Iago Falque just got a header in there, and that was just an easy goal, and a stupid goal for us to concede. And it meant that we were down 1-0, and I was very worried because I did want to progress as far as possible in the FA Cup, but that goal really did hinder my hopes in kind of advancing. We'd had to get 2 goals to ensure that we didn't lose the game or even take it to another match where we'd be playing away at White Hart Lane. But we do manage to get a goal here, and it's none other than Callum Wilson on his debut who gets the goal. I couldn't believe it, but he scores it nonetheless. I went absolutely nuts. He's got like 55 heading accuracy, but it doesn't matter. He scores the goal, levels up the game, and he's the hero at Bristol Rovers right now. What a signing he was, and he was in the right place at the right time. Gomez stood no chance. I have no idea why he's still in the net. I think they sold Hugo Lloris a couple of transfer windows ago, so they're left with Gomez, and he just stood still there. He could not believe it, but I could believe it, and we actually leveled the game, and that is how the game ends. We do get a draw out of this. We just about scrape it, and that was our only chance in the game, so we got very lucky from that for sure, and of course it was going to be from a header. But we do end up drawing the game, and that does take it to a FA Cup replay match, which will be actually in this episode as well. But yeah, we do end up getting a draw. Not too bad of a result, considering we did concede one of the stupidest goals I've ever seen on this series. Like, he goes to kick it out, he kicks it into John Tar's face, and then it just rebounds, and then for some reason Bailey Wright just has 96 jumping and for some reason no heading accuracy, so it meant that Iago Falque was always going to out-jump him, of course, because that's realistic with someone that has 96 jumping. But anyway, you can see that we had most of the chances in the game, actually. I didn't think that we were that dominant in the game, but Spurs did have a bit more possession and passing, and they were the better team, and they probably did deserve to get a win, and they didn't in the end. And that means that we go to an FA Cup replay match. I don't think I showed you that game against Bolton, but that was because it wasn't really important. I think we did win the match 2-0 or 1-0, but we had a lot of pre-contracts here that I was tempted to sign. Gustav Valsvik was one of them. He's a player that does actually have potential and still has potential, which is good. And we also have Tommy Hoban, I think it is. I can't read it because it's white on yellow. It's a little bit weird. But anyway, we do sign him from Watford, and we also sign Valsvik from some Bundesliga side, I think it was. Or maybe it was the Pro League. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, they look like two solid signings for us. And that does end the transfer window for us. I think we make one more signing. Yes, we do. And that is a free agent, Jurica Susac, the Croatian centre-back, 18 years old, and he's actually a lot better than Reece Bennett. I wasn't expecting it, but he's 64 overall, and he's got pretty decent stats. He doesn't have potential, but I'm sure he will as he grows at Bristol Rovers. Perfect work rates, can also play at right back as well, and he's a little bit pacey, and he's got decent jumping as well as sliding tackle and stand tackle. But after that, we had a little quick look at our youth squad. We've only got one player in there, and that's because our scouts are absolutely abysmal. Next season, when we do continue this series, probably in the next couple of weeks after the end of this season, I will be getting some better scouts, some really good scouts. Probably should have done that with a financial takeover, if I'm honest with you. Just not bought that player for like 40 million and just get 5-star scouts instead, because that would have made the series a bit more interesting. But anyway, that's over, and we go into this match against Tottenham, and of course it's the FA Cup replay match. I decided to show both matches in this episode because, you know, we're trying to get through this season as quickly as possible so that we can start the Inter Milan mini-series and then come back to this once we've had a little break from this series, because we do need it, because it's been a long time since I've done anything different really on career mode, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But we did score here, and it was none other than Ryan Brunt. Of course it had to be him, and John Taylor was getting the assist there. Gomez was caught off his line. We score a header, and that means we advance in the FA Cup. That's fantastic news, because that is all I want to do in this. As long as we don't get relegated, I don't mind where we finish in the table. I just want to get as much money as possible from the FA Cup. But anyway, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode. If you do want another episode of Career Mode tomorrow, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.